Let us record a macro. I want to record a macro in this file which will give me the total of these cells in this cell. And when the macro is recorded, I want to run that macro for this cell as well. And if there are any other tables, it runs for them also. So let us do that exercise. When you install your Excel for the first time, the developer tab is hidden. So we will go to any of the tabs, right click, and we will say customize the ribbon. It takes us to this box, and this is the developer tab which we need to bring up. So this developer tab comes up, and now we have all the buttons related to programming in Excel. We will discuss this first section while recording a macro. There is a record macro button which records the macros. There is this button which is used to run the macros. There is this Visual Basic button which is used to go into the Visual Basic editor. And this button is also there, use relative references. So when the macro is recorded, it records things in an absolute way. If you press the button and then record the macro, it records it in a relative way. I will show you an example for both of these things. This macro security button takes us to this macro security dialog box. Macros can have viruses. So if you have got the file from somebody else, you should be careful. You should not enable VBA macros, and this is not recommended by Microsoft also. You should keep your option at least disable VBA macros with notification. So when the file opens up and if it contains macros, it will warn you before you enable the macros. So let us go and press the record macro button. This dialog box comes up where you can give your macro a name. I'll call it insert total. You can assign a shortcut key to it. So if I go and assign a shortcut key Shift C, when I will press Control Shift C, it will run the macro. I will decide where the macro is to be stored in. This workbook is fine. I will give it a short description and press OK. From this point, the macro has started recording, and you can see this stop recording button. Let me also open the Visual Basic window so that we can see side by side what the macro is doing in the background. So I will drag this window to the side and I'll open Excel and Visual Basic Editor window side by side. I'll select this cell. As soon as I select something, it inserts a line there. We will discuss code in detail, but in this video, just look at what the macro recorder is doing. We'll insert this formula in this cell. It immediately writes that line of code. So I'll explain that formula notation in a later video. But for the time being, just see that the line has been inserted by the macro recorder. Then I will select all these cells. I'll go to the Home tab, and from number formatting, I will choose currency number format. It inserts another line. I will double click the column header to auto fit the column. While recording, if something has got recorded which I didn't want to record, I can just go and delete that. I can edit the macro while it is recording. As soon as I select the cell again, it records that line again. While I am at it, I can see that it has recorded some extra lines which I did not want. So instead of deleting them, I can comment them out. Comments are shown in green and they are not interpreted by the compiler, and it is not run. It is ignored by the compiler. So this is a macro. It starts from sub and it ends at end sub. Sub, by the way, means sub procedure. So it's a sub procedure and it is called a sub. There are function procedures also, which we will discuss later. This is the name of the macro that we gave it while recording. You can give it any name as long as it is less than 255 characters in length. It doesn't start from a number. So it should not start from a number. Otherwise it will not take it. It should not have spaces in between. You can have a underscore character if you want to have that differentiation between two words. Other than that, you can give it any name that you want. These are comments. You can change them. These comments are given to describe the macro, what it does. It runs everything between these two sub and end sub keywords from top to bottom, left to right. Every line is run. and when it reaches the end sub line, it stops the macro. I will go to developer tab again and stop recording. Now the macro has recorded completely and nothing will record if I do any actions here. Now let us run this macro. I will delete this and go to macros, and our recorded macro appears in the list. I will select that and run it, and it inserts that total again in the cell. It will do that any number of times I run it. If my cursor is here also, it will run it. If I press Ctrl Shift C, then also it will run it. So that is how you record a macro. Macro recorder is a very good tool for learning macros. So record more and more macros to learn more. In the next video, we will see how the use relative references button works. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.